Are you looking to become a YouTuber for a hobby or career? Then check out the Logitech HD Pro Webcam C920, complete with 1080p recording for your desktop or laptop. Affiliate link below in the video description. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and I will admit I have covered this story extensively this past week, and that would be Wonder Woman's women-only screening at the Alamo Drafthouse in not only Austin, Texas, but Brooklyn, New York, Denver, Colorado, and maybe a couple other theaters where they have chains. It's being met with a lot of pushback from a number of different people, both men and women, and it's been hysterical to watch the wagons circle around this issue, and the feminists come out and go like, "You're just misogynist. You just hate women. We need our safe spaces," you know, in order to defend this particular civil rights violation. Because let's be absolutely, abundantly, perfectly clear. It is a civil rights violation to deny admittance based on gender in this country to a public accommodation. The public accommodation applies itself to movie theaters, which is one of the reasons why what Alamo has been doing is in fact illegal. And it's been funnier than shit watching them double down on this at first before kind of caving, and then now it's really going to bite them in the ass. Okay, so if you're wondering what the first double down is, right? When it came out, it was originally going to be in Austin, Texas. People got mad, so then the Alamo Drafthouse in Brooklyn actually said, okay, well, we're going to do this as well. You had Stephen Miller, who is a journalist for Heat Street or contributor for Heat Street, go and buy a ticket for the screening that was supposed to be women only. That caused a big stir online. People actually, were saying something like the really meanest shit in the world to this guy. And then Alamo Drafthouse at that point had said, "We hope you enjoy your screening." So they knew that they couldn't actually bar him from admittance because he bought a ticket to a public showing, because it's a public accommodation. That's how these things work out. And if they were going to deny him admittance, that would actually be a violation of his civil rights due to that, due to his gender and everything else. And so a lot of other people have been chiming up on this. And like I said, there's been such a big pushback because there's so many armchair lawyers out there like, they have a right to do it. It's a private business. Not when it's public event. That's the difference there. It's funny. People don't understand the law. But some people do, like Stephen Clark, who's a professor at Albany Law School and an expert on anti-discrimination law. He actually filed a bias complaint against the Alamo Drafthouse theater chain because of these women-only screenings. Now, he had originally, opted to stay out of it. He wanted just to kind of let it all play out on Facebook and not get himself involved. But he said that basically it was how the Drafthouse Cinema kept doubling down on it, and they kept being sarcastic and bigoted in their response to the criticisms is what prompted him to step up. Because remember, there's always like that line you can cross that's going to basically fuck you in the ass, and that's essentially what's happening here. Now, in an interview with the Austin American-Statesman, Stephen Clark did say that their attitude was really off-putting to me. The suggestion that anyone who pointed out to them that this was illegal was misogynistic or insecure. And if you're the one hosting the event and you're already teetering on the edge of illegality, you might want to dial back on the rhetoric, which is very true because it can be used against them. Like, I called the Alamo Drafthouse in New York City and I was like, can I buy tickets for my mom and my sister? Because I was, playing the part for effect in order to get the information. You bait them into telling you what they want, what you want to know. And the guy was like very hesitant to tell me that like I could buy. He's like, yeah, you can buy tickets for your mom and your sister. Like, not telling me that I couldn't attend. Right. But I was like just there to get some information, do fact finding and whatever. And that's basically what he told me. And that cracked me up because I'm like, yeah, no, seriously, you are at this point, you're breaking the fucking law. So, it's great that people are standing up and fighting back against this. Now, when it comes to Stephen Clark himself, where he's predominantly known, like where his expertise generally lies, is that of gay clubs. Because he himself is homosexual. And so he's talked about, he's kind of likened this to gay bars. And he says, I'm a gay man and I've studied and taught gay rights for years. Our gay bars have long said that you do not exclude people because they're gay or straight or transgender. You can't do that for any reason. We have to deal with the batch bachelorette parties that come to the gay bar. They're terribly disruptive. But if you forbid women from coming to a gay bar, you're starting down a slippery slope. It's discrimination, which is exactly what this is here. Now, the reason why a lot of people out there, like the feminists, are circling the wagon as a result of this is because you can't be sexist or discriminate against men. You can't do it. It's all about power and privilege. But we want equality. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way in the eyes of the law, and nor should it ever work that way, even in the eyes of society. You can't sit there and demand equality, but then not give it back in kind. It is a two-way street. And what cracks me up the most about this is that there are more people than just Stephen Clark that are stepping up to fight back against this dumb fuckery, because there's no other better word for it than that. You even got someone like Jack Posobiec, who I hate this man on like the most like molecular level of my body, because he's such a disingenuous person. This is the guy who created the hashtag dump Star Wars for claiming that it was anti-Trump, all while admitting he doesn't know if it is because he hasn't seen the movie, but still ran with the narrative. This is also the guy that manufactured the Rape Melania signs that we saw at the anti-Trump protest. He's a bad person. He's a bad person. But he actually filed a civil rights complaint against the Alamo Drafthouse as a way to kind of fight back against this. Now, the Alamo, we're going to wait to see what happens, because the movie opened today, and the movie is good. And I mean, I loved it. I loved the shit out of this movie. I can't wait to go see it again. Both my girlfriend and I just fell in love with watching this movie last night in the theater. It's a good, I recommend it completely. And so, you know, it's like, it got a couple more days. So people who are going to rush out to go see it are going to rush out to go see it. And so that's why they wanted to wait past the opening of the film in order to make it the women-only screening. But the other issue with this, too, is it's not just the fact that they're discriminating against men. It's that they're discriminating against male employees. And that's something that has been heavily overlooked in the criticism of this at all. They're telling male employees not to come to work on a certain night or nights for a certain shift because they're trying to play up to the certain narrative. Now, that could be illegal. If a person generally works, let's say, a Tuesday night, and it's a male employee and he works those nights, he's been consistently working those nights, and they tell him, don't come in tonight because we don't need you because of this, and that would be discrimination based upon gender, and that is a violation, a workplace violation, and that could get them into a lot of shit. I don't think Alamo Drafthouse fully realized what they did with this. I don't think they realized the can of worms they opened with this, and I like the fact that law professors are standing up and saying, no, you don't do this. This is wrong. This is not good. This is not right. And we're going to fight back legally. And that's the best way to go about it. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens after the women-only screenings. I'm really wondering what Stephen Miller's going to find when he goes there to the one in Brooklyn. I hope he documents everything, and I'll definitely be talking about it if some shit goes down. If it's just like, yeah, everything went off without a hitch, it's not really much of a story. But if they protest it, they kick him out, things like that, then I'll be right there. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that legally this is going to amount to anything? Do you think there might be a class action lawsuit against the Alamo Drafthouse? Do you think that the Department of Justice might be looking in to whether or not they are violating the civil rights of men by even promoting this thing, and that could bring about a Department of Justice investigation into them, because apparently they've done these similar types of screenings before, not women only, but similar types of things where they've done these kind of only screenings. So that could be very interesting for the future of the Alamo Drafthouse as a whole. And this is what happens when you play identity politics at a business level using a public accommodation. You're not prepared for it. You think it's a publicity stunt. You think it's a publicity stunt. And to your particular base, to your audience who frequents the Alamo Drafthouse, it absolutely is. But the Alamo Drafthouse has been trying to expand into other markets. They've been trying to expand into other territories. And this could be something that kills almost any attempt to move out of where they currently are into other areas where that type of movie-loving company, the type that puts the movie and the cinema goer first, which is something that I would love to see more of, is going to put themselves in a position where they're not going to be able to expand, and they might find themselves looking down the barrel of a federal investigation and maybe even possibly federal civil rights charges levied against them, which could damage them irreparably. So this is something to consider if you are running a business that wants to discriminate against anybody for anything, whether it is a cake or whether it is a farm where you host weddings and you don't want gay people to show up. you got to be very careful with how you do things, because if you're as blatant and stupid as Alamo Drafthouse is, you gonna get screwed. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back daily for more content from me, because this is my job. I love what I do. I love you guys for watching. If you want to support the channel, links below in the video description. Amazon affiliate link at the beginning of the video really does help out. I will talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.